Mickey was talking about the nursery. What's the story of the nursery here?
We've just done an extension to the Stockton Mine nursery where we keep the species of significance, where we've shown that we can propagate the rare plants as part of the rehabilitation for the Stockton Mine. So in part of the process for Stockton is that we have plants that are grown away off the coast using local provenance seed from the mine that's collected by the mine staff and sent over to the Canterbury region for propagation. So what we're planning on doing is being able to grow more plants here on the coast as we're going into larger hectares of rehabilitation.
So how many plants have you put in up here now? There's everywhere I look, there's got to be thousands.
There are thousands. We do know that we have millions of plants still to go. Estimated anywhere between 6 and 7 million plants that will still be required over the next 20 years for the rehabilitation of Stockton Mine.
That's fantastic.
So if we can have more people growing plants here, by developing the extension to the nursery, it'll mean local jobs for people on the coast here.
Well, okay, that's what we need, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed. They do 10,000 plants a hectare at the moment.
10,000?
10,000 plants per hectare. And they're all propagated. The girls gather the seeds here and the cuttings here in Denniston, and then they send them to Southern Woods in Christchurch, and they're propagated into plants. And that takes about 2 years before they come back here. And then they're planted out. They're sorted by the girls at number 3 station, and then they're planted out by Westbury.
Fiona, that'll create an awful lot of jobs if you do it over here.
Yeah, so that's the aim. So we've just done a small extension now with the team that we have, and I'm just working with local suppliers to not only be able to supply the Stockton Mine, but also look to be able to supply other people that are looking for local provenance seed grown plants that are grown on the coast from coast species.
Well, Mickey, I've had lots of people private message me about Johnny's journey and your Stockton tour here, and this coast is all around New Zealand that would love to come and take your tour. And do you reckon can we duplicate him? we might have to.
I've got good drivers.
I tell you what,
they've been with me for a few years. Like Cheryl's been with me for probably 8-9 years.
Wow.
And Chris just started, but I've got, when I get overloaded up here, Jerry, who's the manager up here, he lends me Rebecca, who drove for me for years, and she'd come up here, so we grab her the odd day when we got 3 or 4 trucks up here. We cater for big groups as well as the boys.
Fiona, we really appreciate the chance to come up, and what a day, isn't it? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, yep. Beautiful West Coast.
Now there's a big dump truck in behind you there. How many of them are up here? What's that, a 777E?
That's a 777F.
F?
Yep.
Oh, later model.
So there's a combination of 777Fs, also Volvos,
About
789.
Would it be 30 odd?
About 30, yeah, I think, yeah.
Oh, it's massive. Oh, well, Mickey.
Never enough if you ask the miners, they would always like some more.
Mickey's telling us to get back in line. Hey, listen, thanks for your time. It's fantastic up here.
Right. Thank you.
Well, coasters, we've just stopped at one of the areas that's been restored up here at Stockton.
This is an area of rehabilitation. This is tussock and herb field that's been moved here from the Cypress pit. So all of this vegetation you see is come directly from Cypress. It's been up here for about 6 to 8 years. It's doing really well. You can see there's Manuka coming up. The tussock's all in really good condition. We're pretty proud of what we've achieved here. It
feels like it's holding a bit of water underfoot as well. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's all saturated. So that's one of the keys to keeping it alive and doing well. And we were told it could never be done, but I think we've proved people wrong.
Well, there's no question it can be done. So you do roughly 10 hectares a year?
Oh, we rehabilitate about 20 hectares.
Oh, every year?
Every year.
Wow. Yep. And how much do you dig up?
At the moment it's about in balance.
Yep.
So it varies from year to year with different mining development. Yeah, it averages around 20, and as we move towards mine closure, that'll ramp up a little bit, perhaps to 40, even 50 hectares in a year. But we try and maintain that balance.
Ian, look, having looked at it firsthand now, I mean, I'm impressed. This looks like the parkies up the back of Charleston where I used to spotlight.
Yeah, well, if you didn't know it was been moved here, you would swear it was natural.
And I don't know about you, but I noticed a couple of footprints over there. So there must be the odd deer that floats around.
Yeah, there's the odd deer, there's the odd hare. We can't try and keep those down a bit, but yeah, the deer are they're quite a novelty up here.
Well, they only go with this tucker.
Yeah.
And by Jove, they got the tucker here. Well, folks, this is Bathurst Resources. I've got the name correct, haven't I?
Bathurst. Well, this operation's run by BT Mining,
right?
Which is a joint venture between Tally's Group and
Bathurst
Resources.
Yeah, and we were up looking at restoration. Now, have a look at this. I've walked over a lot of parkies, and this is as good as I've seen. And it's way the hell up in the middle of the sky. Just unbelievable.
And it was actually started in about 2013, I believe. Got a lot of development to do. We have to get the road out here, construct a lot of water management infrastructure. And the resource we're extracting from here is very low ash and relatively low sulphur from relative to the other Stockton coal. And the resource continues from here all the way south, pretty much to Denniston. So yeah, Cypress is effectively just the northernmost pit of the upper Waimangara Valley that runs all the way through to Denniston. Roughly at about 2% ash and 1% sulphur. So it's a very important blend coal for us to make our specifications. The dam to the left is called St Pat's Dam. We use that to control water quality from Cypress. So as we come into the pit here, if you look on the right hand side of the pit, you can see the coal is outcropping on the surface, and what's happening is it's dipping very steeply into the hillside. So the pit will actually get to a depth of around about 60 to 80 metres below ground surface on the right here, and effectively those high walls will be well over, maybe up to about 120 metres at their maximum depth. Ultimately, if we're to extend the life of Stockton, we need to be developing the resources further down the valley. They're very high quality in some parts. We've drilled holes there in the recent past where we've had intervals mid-seam of 3 to 4 metres where the ash has been non-detectable, effectively zero. So, yeah, very high quality. One of the big issues in this pit is a lot of cloud and mudstone in the pit wall. You can see that the greyish material there that generates quite a lot of acid. There's a lot of pyrite in that material, and so we need to separate it properly and dispose of it correctly so that we're not going to generate an ongoing legacy of acid mine drainage that we've had to deal with in some parts of Stockton.
We just want to go up the pit or up there? Up the pit?
No, we'll just turn around here, I think, Mickey, and head back to the offices.
So, how far is it from here to Denniston? How long is the road?
The full length of road, if we connect the Denniston resource areas with Stockton, it would be through this valley. Total length from the escarpment pit to the...
Well, folks, I'm with Mickey Ryan. He's the one of the owners of Outwest Tours. Stockton, we've had a look here today, Mickey. It's outstanding.
It's a good trip.
Oh, and your local knowledge, holy mackerel.
I've had a bit of practice.
You've certainly had a bit of practice. Now, how do people book?
Well, they just ring us at home on 03 789 6883.
Yep.
Before 5 o'clock.
Of course.
Or the 0800, which is 0800 688 937, or through the Westwood eyesight. It's a very affordable trip. It's paid for by BT Mining, which is Bathurst Tally, and the $20 that you guys pay for the trip goes to a local charity.
So the entire cost for what we've done today, $20 for me. Cost more than that for a jug of beer.
You wouldn't get a taxi.
You wouldn't get a taxi home.
No, that's right. And it's all they want to do is show people actually what they do up here, and so they know the real story, not what they read and hear on the news media.
Really impressed with some of that restoration, Maggie. It's just...
Yeah, marvellous.
Yeah,
I'm quite proud to be doing these tours because they are environmentally aware.
They're a great company, aren't they?
They're a good company, yeah, good guys. This, we usually see a little bit more than what we've done today.
Really?
Oh yeah, this is a tour to talk to special people. But yeah, we do a little bit more.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, there we go, coasters. I want to make a recommendation to you. Get in touch with Outwest Tours. They're on Facebook, and you can Google them, and you find Mickey. He's a very genuine coaster. He's just a top fella, and you won't regret it. And this is not the only tour that you do, Mickey, is it?
No, Denniston's quite popular, and Johnny's Journey as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're our 3 tours.
Well, look, thanks so much for today. Oh, God, I've loved it.
No, I thought you might. We haven't had a customer yet, actually.